Well, hello everyone and welcome along to another awesome armchair adventure. This time around I am taking you to my local beach. I don't know why I didn't do it sooner. We're going to check out the awesome, brilliant, the glorious 7 Mile Beach. Okay, so I thought that the perfect place to begin this particular armchair adventure was at the Kingsford Smith Memorial, which you can find at the top end of Gerroa. It's called the Kingsford Smith Memorial because it was from this very beach that a chap called Mr. Kingsford Smith, I forget his first name, I'll stick a caption on the screen, flew from here to New Zealand. He was the first guy to fly across the ditch to New Zealand from Australia, and he flew from this beach. And if you come up here, up at the top end of Gerroa, you can find an awesome memorial to Mr. Smith, and the concrete underneath me here is the shape of his aeroplane that he flew. Now, strictly speaking, Blackhead Reserve, where I am at the moment, isn't actually on 7 Mile Beach, but it is at the end of Gerroa, and it's such an amazing spot that I thought I would show it to you. So let's talk a little bit about the geography of 7 Mile Beach. It starts right here in Gerroa and it heads south down towards Shoalhaven Heads. So the 7 miles officially is from Gerroa to Shoalhaven Heads. Everything after Shoalhaven Heads is Comerong Island, and if you want to see what that's like, check out my Comerong Island armchair adventure. I'm going to head south from here, Gerroa, down towards Shoalhaven Heads where the beach officially ends, and there's quite a few little stop-offs and parks and pull-ins and reserves that we can go and check out along the way. So we're going to have a little look around Gerroa and then track south. So Gerroa is without doubt the most popular part of 7 Mile Beach. It's a very popular holiday destination with families, and that's because you have quite benign surf conditions down this end of the beach, but you've also got Crooked River, which is a nice placid little bit of water. Whoops, where are you? I'm back here. Quite a placid stretch of a waterway that flows out into the ocean here at the very northern end of 7 Mile Beach. So this end of the beach is called Kiddie's Corner because the surf here is very low because you're protected by the headland over that way. The other thing to bear in mind if you're coming down here is that this is actually an official boat launch area, and people can and do drive boats down onto the sand and put them in over here where you can see all those people swimming. Over on the right there, that's Crooked River, and stretching off down towards Mount Coolangatta in the distance is the rest of 7 Mile Beach. Tide is well and truly out here at 7 Mile Beach at Gerroa at the moment. and you can still see the water coming out of Crooked River, flowing out into the ocean here. It is a little bit deceptive actually, this river. There is a little central bit that's quite deep, so if you're thinking of wading across, pick your location carefully. There are a couple of places where you can get across without getting your shorts wet, but just be careful. If you're new to surfing or stand-up paddling or sea kayaking, then this is an absolutely brilliant place to come and learn and begin, because the waves here at the northern end of 7 Mile Beach are always very benign because of the Blackhead headland that stretches out into the ocean here. It protects the beach here from the swell. You never get very big waves down here, and basically what happens is the further south you go from here, the bigger the waves get. So we've just driven south about 5 minutes, not even that probably, from Gerroa, and we're at the Gerroa picnic area. So we're just headed down the Bowlong Road. There's not a super amount of parking here, but this is usually considerably quieter than Gerroa. It's certainly the case today. So we're on 7 Mile Beach again, accessed via the Gerroa picnic area, and as you can see, it's a lot quieter down here than at the Gerroa end. Well, alrighty then, that is the Gerroa picnic area. Oh, you get a branch, should look where I'm going, and we're heading further south now, down to about the midpoint of 7 Mile Beach. Now, believe it or not, back in the old days, they used to race cars on this particular beach because the sand on which I'm walking, particularly at low tide, is really nice and firm, perfect for racing cars on. They don't do it anymore, unfortunately, because I think that would be something to see. But if you check out, there's an episode of Coast where they came to this beach, to 7 Mile Beach, and they did a whole segment about that. I'll see if I can find the link and put it down in the description section of this video below. Alrighty then, last stop of the day, the southernmost point of 7 Mile Beach, which is of course Shoalhaven Heads. So here we are at the southern boundary of 7 Mile Beach in Shoalhaven Heads, and as you can see, it's a little bit busier here because the Heads is a popular tourist destination. There's 3 big holiday parks here where you can come and rent a villa or pitch your tent or set your caravan up, whatever you're into. Over my shoulder you can see the surf club building. This is the only point on 7 Mile Beach which is patrolled by volunteer lifesavers during the entire surf season. You do get council lifeguards down at Gerroa, but only during the 6 weeks of the summer holidays. So if you want to swim somewhere safe during the surf season, then you need to come here to Shoalhaven Heads and swim between the flags. So on this awesome little armchair adventure, we've come from over in the distance there from Gerroa, and we've come down the beach southwards, stopping off at the Gerroa picnic area and Berries Beach, and we've now arrived at the southernmost point of 7 Mile Beach at Shoalhaven Heads. And if I swing the camera around, you can just see the absolute official end of 7 Mile Beach, about sort of 500 meters up there, where the old mouth of the Shoalhaven River is. And that brings us to the end of this awesome armchair adventure. I do hope you have enjoyed it, and as always, if you have, please hit the old like and subscribe buttons so you get that notification on YouTube when I put a new video online. Thanks very much for coming along on this little trip to my local beach, my local patch of sand, the awesome 7 Mile Beach, and I will see you next time.